When you apply font texting to your timeline for the first time, you will notice that by default, the text has no animation. At this moment, you can start by selecting a general preset to add a complete animation to your element, or if you prefer, you can add a specific preset for the start, for the screen position, and for the end individually. You can also add an effects preset to animate the text while it is in the screen position, or one of the advanced moves under the cam presets. If you take a quick look at the parameters in the inspector window, you will see that the parameters are hidden or simplified, and only those parameters not saved in the presets are visible. If you want to enable the hidden parameters, you can do so by going to the menu drop-down and select the section of parameters that you want, or simply display all of the parameters. With all of the parameters enabled, it is time to edit or modify their settings. Keep in mind that only those parameters with the dot in front of their name will be saved as presets. Whenever you want to modify a section of the parameters, the start, the end, or the screen position, make sure that you enable the OSC guides that shows the on-screen timeline. This timeline will show you if you are in the corresponding color code section, so you are able to see the modifications of the parameters in real time. You should move the timeline marker to the area that you want to modify the parameters. Here, I am in the start position, and whatever modifications I make to the start parameters, I will be able to see them in real time. If I play back the animation, I see the result of my changes. Next, in the screen position, make sure the timeline is within the blue dots or blue area that represents the screen position adjustments. Make your desired changes. And then, if you play back the animation, you will see how the initial start position animates seamlessly to the new screen position. As you can see, this is a very flexible system, but you may run into problems if you are not careful. If your timeline marker is not at the corresponding area of the animation that you are editing, you will not be able to see the changes in real time. Therefore, you can make big changes and not see them in the viewer window, like in this example that I am positioned in the blue area of the screen position, but I am making changes to the end parameters. If you do not see any changes in your viewer window when making changes in your parameters, stop for a moment and make sure that your timeline marker is located in the corresponding color-coded area of the section that you are trying to edit. Once the timeline marker is positioned on the area that corresponds to the parameters you are working with, you will see the changes in real time.